Peace to the 12. Y'all see the title. This historian calls this African tribe Ruddy. Okay, Ruddy. I've done videos on this topic in the past on the term Ruddy. Well, now you're going to hear this so-called white man who was a historian call this African tribe Ruddy. Okay, the book that we're going to be reading from is a book titled The Lost Tribes, a Myth, written by Alan Howard Godbey. All right, he was born in the 1800s, born in 1864, died in 1948. And Alan Howard Godbey was of Missouri. He was a Methodist minister, a Methodist historian, and teacher, writer, and scholar in the field of the Old Testament, Hebrew history, archaeology, and Semitics. He was a professor at Duke University, 1926 through 1932. All right, so he's got them credentials. But yeah, we're gonna see what he said in his book. And by the way, this book, like I tell you, man, they be wanting you to rip off your arm and your leg to pay for it. This book, Lost Tribes of Myth, the hardback cover is $10,000. All right, and typically it's priced at $14,347, man. So they don't want they don't want this book out there. But anyway, man, it's a PDF on the internet that you brothers can get for free. Y'all can go look for that. But we're gonna be touching on 3 pages of his book, Lost Tribes of Myth, and on this page he's gonna call an African tribe Ruddy. Okay, and like I told you, that's because Ruddy is talking about reddish brown. So let's get to it. So he says put or foot and the fulas. We're gonna go to this highlighted portion. Foot or put, some people call it put. Foot is the son of Ham, that is a, what does that say, vassal of Egypt. Now the fulas, who have pushed across Africa from Somaliland to Senegambia and the lower Niger, have their tradition that they are the descendants of Foot or Put, descendants of Ham. Okay, right? Whether this is true or not, it is a singular fact that they have prefixed the name in almost every district. All right, Futah, and then he goes to like all the districts that have the name that goes back to Foot, right? And I can do it in modern day. They're known as the Fulani tribe. They're known as the Fulani tribe, which I'll get on that in a minute. But watch what he calls this Hamitic African stock. Watch what he calls them. They call themselves the Pool or the Fool, plural, Poolby or Foolby. Ruddy, check this out. Ruddy, clear brown people. Ruddy, clear brown people. All right, recognizable in the regions of North Africa to the Sudan. 6th century BC. Now, he said ruddy, clear brown people. All right, the Fulas, which is known as the Fulani tribe. So he said a lot right there in this one thing. But first, let's deal with Put. Let's prove he was a son of Ham. Genesis 10:6. And the sons of Ham, Cush and Mizraim and Foot and Canaan. All right, so Genesis 10:6 gives you that. All right, Put, it can pronounce Put or Foot, a nation and people of North Africa, probably Libyans. Now, remind you, he said what? He said clear, ruddy, clear brown people. Okay? Now, he's talking about the Fulani tribe, which is why he said Fulas, right? So when I type in Fulas, it says the Fula people, the Fula people, the Fula, Fulani, or Fulbi, an ethnic group of Sahara, Sahel, and West Africa, widely dispersed across the region. Okay? So the Fulani people. Let's see what these Fulani people that he called Ruddy, this African tribe that he called Ruddy, let's see what they look like. The Fulani people. This is the Fulani people. That ruddy, clear, brown complexion. Okay? Here's some more picture of the Fulani ladies. Okay? Ruddy, clear, brown complexions. Alright? Like I tell you all the time, so-called black people come in different shades of brown. From very dark brown to almost black, Fulas, to reddish brown. Alright? Fulas. Alright? The Fulas. Alright? Ruddy complected. And I'm gonna show you some pictures of some ruddy animals to compare to the skin color. But first, let's get to the next page. So this is page 61 of the Lost Tribes of Myth. All right, this is page 61. He says the phoenix, in short, originally meant all the ruddy brown peoples near the east end of the Mediterranean. The modern popular habit of contrasting the terms Hebrew and Phoenician is therefore not justified. So the phoenix was for the ruddy brown people, all right, of across the Mediterranean. Meaning what? The Phoenicians were so-called brown people, even though nowadays you type in Phoenician, they give you a so-called white man. That's not the case. And and it doesn't even make any sense because the Phoenicians were Hamites. But, you know, then these people try to throw in the Arabs as Hamites and yada yada. But I'll do a video on the Phoenicians at another time. But there he goes again. He says ruddy brown peoples. All right. Meanwhile, in modern day, when I type in the word ruddy, this will pop up. Oh, ruddy skin. I get all so-called white people. Right? So I get all so-called white people when I type in ruddy skin, right? But when I type in a ruddy cow, this is what pops up. Brownish red complected. When I type in a ruddy horse, this is what pops up. That brownish red tinge. When I type in a ruddy goat, this will pop up. Okay? So clearly, ruddy is dealing with reddish brown. Okay? Ruddy is dealing with reddish brown. Alright? Ruddy, clear brown people. Alright? Once again, the Fulani. Okay, now let's deal with ruddy in the scriptures because they go, well, it says white and ruddy. I get those those simpletons who state that, well, it says that my beloved is white and ruddy, brother. All right, let's deal with it. So let's go to Songs of Solomon. Ruddy appears in the scriptures 4 times. We're going to focus on Songs of Solomon 5 and 10, which is what they quote. Songs of Solomon 5 and 10. My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000. So they say, see, it says white and ruddy. But this word white is not talking about skin color. This word white, when you click on it in the Hebrew, is sa or sak, right? Or sakah. White, clear, plain, dry. You see this word clear? Then isn't that what he said a while ago? Clear, ruddy, clear, brown people. All right, white, clear. All right, dazzling, glowing, clear, bright, dazzling, sunny, bright, figurative, clear, dry, plainly, white. It's not talking about his skin complexion when he says, my beloved is white and ruddy. Okay? And to prove that even further, when you go to different translations of the same verse, Songs of Solomon 5 and 10, you get, my beloved is radiant and ruddy. My lover is dark and dazzling, radiant and ruddy, dazzling and ruddy, white and ruddy, dazzling and reddish. Right? This one says clear. All right. Remember he said what? He said ruddy, clear, brown people. Right? So some versions it says clear. My beloved is clear and ruddy. My beloved is clear and ruddy. All right. And now what we got? Clear, white, clear, white, dazzling, glowing, bright. All right. That's what it's talking about. And the word rud does go back to the word red or reddish. The definition of red, the color red or redness, the color of a person's skin, especially of the face. All right, ruddy color, redness, hue, complexion. All right, so someone say, oh, it does mean red, reddish, but you got to understand something. There are different shades of red, and some of those shades of red are brown. They're known as archetypes, the archetypes of the color red, the shades of red. All right, these are the shades of red. You got orange in there, you got very dark red, bright red. Then you got brown, chestnut, brick red, brown, brick red, brown. You see these browns? All right. In fact, in order to make the color, let's look this up real quick. In order to make the color red, you need brown. Let me look that up real quick for you. Look that up. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. Let's get that. Let's get that. Right? So, alright, here we go. It says red is in the color brown. For those of you that don't know, it states Red is in the color brown. Brown is dark orange color made by combining red, yellow, and black. Alright, so you need red just to make brown. Alright. Now next, we're going to go to the next page, which is this. Same book, The Lost Tribes of Myth, page 85. We're going to go to here. He's going to talk about the Edomites. Esau, Edom. Okay? Let's see what he has to say about the Edomites. He doesn't call them ruddy. He calls them red. All right? Now let's get this. This is page 85. But the Old Testament also knows the red-skinned people. Look, the red skin. Let me highlight that. And this is talking about the so-called white man. I've said this millions and billions of times. And I got brothers all the time. They try to come in here. Nah, brother, Esau. What Esau was, brother, he was a brown man. All right. Well, the scriptures tell you in 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of that follow. Tell me what so-called black man is ruling the world right now. We know we in the last days, so y'all know what you're talking about. That's why a lot of you people need to just sit in the back and count something. A lot of you need to sit in the back and write it down, bro. Take notes. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Page 85 of this book, Lost Tribes of Myth. But the Old Testament also knows the red-skinned people and specifically describes them as Edomites. And that's the information that the Edomites were particularly fond of dressing in red skins. It has been customary to explain Edom as ruddy, as referring to some red hills of the region. So he's saying it has been custom to classify Edom as ruddy. But watch what he says after this. Look, let me read that again. It has been customary to explain Edom as ruddy, as referring to some red hills of the region. But watch this. But Genesis 25 and 25 declares that the ancestor of Edom was born red all over, like a garment of red goat hair. All right, meaning what? A goat skin dyed red. I'll touch on that in a minute. The tabernacle was declared to have the work of an Edomite, great grandson of Caleb, who demanded ram skins dyed red for its decoration. All right, so dyed red goat skins, right? So we know, so I talked about the different shades of red, and some people say, well, Esau could be this color. No, we know the shade of red it's talking about is this type of red. Let's prove that. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now when you go to these different versions, I think it only uses ruddy out of the verses. All I saw, there was only ruddy twice. And all these versions, they keep the word red, very red at birth. Came out red, came out red, came out red, came out red, came out red. Esau. All right. Now, that being said, right? Did I include this real quick, Salakia? Hold on, one quick second. Well, I'll just bring it on where I get it. But I'll go back to that. But red, right? He came out red and hairy, man, like a hairy garment, red, and he got hair all over his body, man. All right, and we all know what nation of people that are this hairy, man. We all know who this is talking about. All right, they come in different shades. You can get. We all know a lot of them groomed today, but we all know. So yes, so-called black people can be classified as red or ruddy, right? They can be. All right, this is a guy named Indian Red, so-called black man. This is a so-called Native American named Redbone, or his group was called Redbone. They made that song "Come Get Your Love." You know that song? Hey, it's on Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, the "Come and Get Your Love" song. It's a good song, but we know the red that it's talking about is the red of goat skins, like that guy mentioned in this book. Red ram skins, right? This is a red ram skin dyed red. All right, a ram skin dyed red. Exodus 26 and 7. Ye shall also make curtains of goat's hair to be a tent over the tabernacle. You shall make 11 curtains. All right, it's dyed red. So this is the color of Esau. This same red color, man. All right. And if you don't get it, you ain't supposed to receive it. I don't care, man. The truth is the truth. And like I said, Esau is the end of the world. Tell me who's running the world, man. Now you go to Exodus, all these different parts in Exodus 25 to 26 to 35 to 35 to 36 to 39. It says ram skins dyed red, dyed red, dyed red, dyed red, red skins of rams, skins dyed red. All right. And by the way, in order to make that red dye, they use this thing called the crimson worm. All right, which leaves a red-like substance from it. It's like it oozes from it, which stains. All right, it's called the crimson worm. It was used for dyeing the curtains of the tabernacle in Exodus 26:1 and the garments of the high priest. All right, and we all know who is red. Okay, we all know who the red man is, and it's not the Indians. Like they try to say, oh, the Indians, they're the red folk. No, 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 no. We know who they red. Benjamin Franklin called himself red in his book he wrote, Observations of the Increase Concerning Mankind. He called himself white and red. All right, so we all know who the red people are. As a matter of fact, the term white is a relatively new term. You can get a book titled The Invention of the White Race by Alan Theodore. All right, he wrote a book, The Invention of White Race, and he states, when the first Africans arrived in Virginia in 1619, there were no white people there, according to the colonial records. So white is a new term. People didn't used to call themselves white. All right, so this man is not white. He's really red. All right, now for those that still might be incredulous before I get out of here on saying, well, he might be brown red, Esau might have been red, yada, yada. Well, let me tell you this, right? So let's go back real quick. Genesis 25:25, it says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So they tell you that his skin complexion, he came out red, right? Now, let me ask you something. I've said this before. Now, it tells you that Esau came out red, giving you his appearance. But when Jacob's born, it doesn't tell you what Jacob's color was. When Moab is born, it doesn't tell you what Moab's color. Cush, Elam, Ishmael, Japheth, all those people. They never tell you what color they came out of in the scriptures. But they tell you the color that Esau came out of. And you know why? I'll give you the answer to that. Because on this earth, on this so-called planet, on the earth, all nations are different shades of brown. Every single one of them. From very dark brown to very light brown, all nations come in different shades of brown. Whether we're talking the so-called Asians from India, China, or we're talking about Africans, whether we're talking about Aboriginal Australians, whether we're talking about so-called Native Americans, all these different people are different shades of brown, from reddish brown to dark brown to very light brown. And then you have one people that come out red looking. All right, red looking. So that is why it's telling you the pigmentation of Esau. Okay? And also on the hair thing, before I get out of here, and it first came out red over like a hairy garment, they call his name Esau, Genesis 25:25. Well, the hairiest people is the Caucasian, so-called Caucasian. All right, get on Google. What race has the most body hair? Whites have the most hair. All right. What ethnic group has the most hair? Caucasians have the highest hair density among the ethnicity studied. Black people have the lowest. The so-called black people have the lowest body hair. Caucasians have the highest. All right. Which brings me to what? Genesis 27:11. What did he say in Genesis 27:11? And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. The people with the least body hair are the so-called black people, and the Caucasians have the highest. So when Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man, that's what he was talking about. And by the way, I did a video titled So-Called Black People Make White Babies. You have black couples that produce white babies to this very day, for those that are incredulous. Look at that hair. All right. But anyway, right? But I am a smooth man. Well, so-called black people are smooth. All right, this is from Vice, I think. A dermatologist explains the science behind the black don't crack stereotype. All right. We have natural skin hydration systems that make black skin look hydrated, smoother, and plumper. I am a smooth man. There's another more subtle social downside to smooth black skin. Even when you click on Ethiopia, or an Ethiopian, right? It tells you that they're known for being tall and smooth. All right. The Greek historian describes them as the tallest and handsomest of men. So known as being tall and smooth. The so-called Ethiopians. So-called black people are smooth. Okay. All right. Behold, Esau my brother is hairy man, and I am a smooth man. We know who the hairiest are. We know who the smoothest is, man. All right. But that's it on that. I ain't gonna be here too long. I've done in-depth videos on this topic beforehand, on proving who Esau is and proving who the Israelites are. But that's it on that, man. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I say peace to the 12. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, the Most High Yahawah, in the name of His only begotten Son, yahawashi. Yahawah is the name of the Heavenly Father, who is commonly known as God. Yahawashi is the Savior of the nation of Israel, who is commonly known as Jesus Christ. I want to say shalom, which means peace, to you people that are listening and learning, to you brothers that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, and to you elders that's been doing this thing before me, man. I'm going to keep bringing out what these historians say, what these anthropologists say, man. All right, ain't no running out anytime soon, man. Our history is vast. All right, but as you can see, he called the Fulani people. And by the way, he got some Israelites to scatter among the Fulani. I might do a video on that. But he called the Fulani people Ruddy, clear brown people. All right, ain't no way around that, man. So we know what Ruddy is. And anyway, with that, once again, I say peace to the 12. All praise to Yahawah. I'm gone. Shalom.